my chat at? Oh yeah, Stitch. Oh yeah. We live. I'm live. I just went live. Ain't nobody in here yet though. Gunts says sup. Sup, Gunts? Sup, Gunts? I'm getting wined and dined over here. Long time boy. What does that mean? Why did you type that? Long time boy. Oh, need some wine. Stitch says, first off, let me more personally congratulate you in May on getting engaged. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, you want to come show off your fucking engagement ring to our fucking audience? Look at this shit. You can see it in that screen. You can see what's going on.
Why is there two screens?
Because that's just my recording software. This is YouTube's background. Like, this is YouTube's live streaming dashboard.
I see. So
you're going to have to learn how to do this eventually as you become a YouTuber. Yo, HCWS.
I didn't drop anything. It's fine.
Vulture says, coming to you from my vacation in the Philippines. What part of the Philippines are you in? Are you in like a nice vacation part of the Philippines, or like just like in the fucking streets where I was when I went there? Did good on the ring. Thank you. She picked it out herself. So I didn't have to do that good. We just went until we found one at the like very last minute. We're in Manila right now. Oh, cool. I was there. That place, if you're in like Manila, the city, like the actual city of Manila, not just the metro, that place is a fucking hellhole, man. That place is like overpopulated as shit. But yeah, on the subject of the ring, since nobody's fucking in here, HCW says, I don't follow Digi for a month and he gets engaged. What the fuck? Yeah. It happened. Well, it was kind of like planned way ahead of time that I was like, because we wanted to get married soon. This is all kind of like really ass backwards when you think about it. Like, none of it makes any goddamn sense anymore because of the way it's gone. But like, it is what it is. Because the original idea was we were going to try to get married before we move away, because we were going to move away after 1 year of being in Rochester. And then we were like, oh, if we're moving to Atlanta, which we originally thought we're going to be so far away from either of our families that it will be like a pain in the ass to organize a wedding for everybody to come down there. So we should do it before we leave. So we had this idea, all right, we're going to get married in May. We'll do it like on the 1 year anniversary of the day that we first started dating. And so we got to get engaged before then. And I figure what time between now and then is good. We're talking about this in like fucking October probably, like when we're going to get married. So not even, even less of the months than however many months you think sounds like too few months or whatever. But we were dating for almost 7 months.
Yes.
So it's not that weird. But like, nonetheless, the whole point was that we were going to get married in like May, and so we had to get engaged early. So like we had to like really rush to get the ring in time for New Year's, because she figured out at some point that was what the idea was I was going to propose at New Year's. So we rushed and we got the ring and I proposed. But then recently we decided that not only are we not moving to Atlanta, which makes a lot of this irrelevant anyways, because we're probably going to move to Boston instead. But then because we're doing that, we were like, well, that also means we don't need to rush the wedding. So why do it in May? Why not just hold off? And so now it's like, well, all right. At least we're engaged, yeah. Which really is enough. It's enough to get people off your ass.
Yeah,
we're
living together. It's not that weird.
Right. I mean, nobody's gonna question you like for any like. What do you like? People take you more seriously when you're engaged. Like it's not just my boyfriend. It's like, yeah, my fiance and I are doing this, so it's important somehow. Like. Anyway. Stitch says, man, today's a good day. Watch the Kizu films, then did you start stream? I still haven't seen the fucking third one of those yet. People are told me it's good. Vulture, yeah, we're in the actual city, and it is a hellhole here. So many people in the streets. Also, congrats on the two of you on your engagement. Thank you. Yeah, the fucking people in the streets was a huge problem when I was there. Just like, I don't know if you went to that place, the Divisora, I think is what it's called, where it's just like an open marketplace, and there's just fucking people in the streets everywhere, and you have to drive at like 1 mile per hour, stopping constantly to let people pass. It's fucking madness. Why did the moving plans change? Is the YouTube Village not happening? YouTube Village is happening. It's just happening in Boston instead. You got some catching up to do, HCWS. You gotta go catch up on a month worth of new knowledge. You gotta go listen to the Digi Does Lives and 2 weeks reviews. But basically, we took a trip to Boston, and Munchie hard sold me on moving there instead. And everyone else was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so we were like, all right, we're doing that. And Boston's really cool. So we're just going to put PCPHQ there. Gunt says, what convinced you to start watching seasonal shows? I think it was just because we felt like it. What the fuck led down that road?
It's just that you wanted to watch something of no expectations,
Yeah, I think it was kind of like we've been doing these commentaries and shit where we'll get super baked and watch a movie, and we had released those on Patreon, and people seemed to enjoy them like a whole lot. Like not a whole ton of people watched them or listened to them, but those who did were like really into it. So we were like, if we did this with something like relevant, then it would be like worth putting up on a channel, you know? So like, as opposed to just like some 80s movie that no one's ever heard of, like listening to two people like get real baked and ramble about nothing over, and then you have to go and seek out this movie. You have to go watch it in order to make it work. But with seasonal anime, it's a little different because A, like a lot of people already have that shit downloaded anyways, and B, like it's, you know, relevant shows that they want to watch with us. So it's kind of just like, here's a good way to evolve the idea of us like watching stuff into a show that people could actually look at. And I think when we did the first one, I mean, we were just really stoned and just had the idea to do it kind of, but like surprisingly people listened to it. And I mean, like I had, you know, did a big plug for it with the Devilman thing, but like that the channel Corrupting Your Kids was not like supposed to launch this way when we came up with it. It was originally just going to be like, we have like shows that we plan to launch on the channel, and like when those shows are done, we'll put them there. But I guess we just both wanted to do like some kind of couples vlogging or podcasting together in the meantime while we're working on our big stuff that we both got going on. So like, you know, these are just like a fun way to get baked and like do something for 2 hours that is productive, as opposed to whatever we did today. What did we do today? I made songs, so never mind. Today was productive. Was it yesterday that was unproductive?
No, yesterday you were on PCP, and then, you know.
And then I like smoked hella weed and then sat there and watched hella videos. But
being on PCP is usually all like those guys do in that day.
That's true.
Like they would consider.
If you're gonna talk, you gotta get closer to the microphone.
Sorry, I'm saying over here.
She was saying that like being on PCP is probably what most of the PCP guys do, like the only thing they do all day, whereas I will actually do other shit. That's not entirely true because a couple of them live stream all day afterwards. While we're staying in a nice hotel and I'm here with my friend and his family who are all from the Philippines, we're also going to a nice island called Palawan later this week. Well, enjoy your time in Palawan. It's so cool hearing you describe parts of Boston and being like, I know where he's talking about. Yeah, I'm expect a lot more of that in the future, because if we go there, we're probably going to explore everything. I'm just reading you guys' comments right now. How did you come up with the Corrupting Your Kid's name? That was just like a long fucking brainstorming session where we sat around and like just tried to come up with names that like represented both of us, like something that like reflects both of our tastes and aesthetic, and like what is the through line between the two of us. Because like I kept coming up with names that are like shit I would name something, like Dank Swole and what was the name? There was the best one I wanted was domestic violence, because that would have been really funny. It's the name of Gintoki's main attack in Gintama. He screams domestic violence and hits people with a sword. And I just thought it would be a funny name for a couples show. But like when you search domestic violence, you get all this like really graphic imagery of like battered women, and we were like, no, I don't want that to come up when you search our name. So then we toiled over it. What the fuck were some of the other names? Do you remember any of them? We had a lot of fucking names.
I don't think I wrote them down.
You wanted, because like in the beginning, I had wanted something like Dank Swole, and you wanted like ice cream sandwich, because I had compared us to an ice cream sandwich, like that we're both just like two great tastes that go great together and we're super sweet, you know. But like I thought that was too girly of a name, so I didn't want to go with it. And
Liar.
well, it is like it's too like generically girly.
It was taken. That's why I'm gonna use it.
Oh, you did try it though. Well, that was we only tried it after we had like not had any ideas. We were doing this for like hours, just sitting around trying to come up with a name.
I'm gonna go back.
And then finally, like, I was like, well, what is like our mission to like corrupt the children, you know? And we like what we have in common. I think we almost called ourselves just degenerates or like degeneracy or something like that. But then I thought the idea that we were like corrupting, like a corruptive influence on children, was the funniest way to present the channel. So, yeah. All right. I've lost track of where I was. Right. I was down here. Would you say a show is still worth watching even when you need explanations as to why it's great? Some shows aren't as obviously good as others, but still good nonetheless. I still think it's worth watching for sure. It's just like going to limit who the audience is. Like there are some people who like to read a manual for what they're consuming, you know. If you read like Horizon on the Middle of Nowhere, that's a fucking book series that has like so many appendixes and like extra shit that you got to remember and keep track of, and it's like a puzzle almost. And some people really enjoy that, and I am not into it at all. So like, you know, but if someone sits me down with something and explains it all to me, I might be more willing. Like if I have to do a research project before I can even start to understand why a story is supposed to be good, and then like what I find is not like the most mind-blowing thing in the fucking world, I'm just gonna be like pissed off, you know. But if someone wants to like sit me down and deep lore me on some shit, then like I'm definitely down for that. And I've gotten into some stuff that's like that, you know. I've had stuff that I like wrestling. I don't give a fuck about wrestling, but Jesse told me enough about it that now I can like enjoy it, you know. So it just depends on if you're the type of person who's like willing to be indoctrinated into something. I have fun watching the seasonal bullshit show. I'm actually watching seasonal anime now. Thanks for that, I guess. Now I can finally talk to my anime watching friends about shit they actually know. I know, right? Well, and that's another part of it, of why we're doing it, is that May is starting up her channel, Pantsu Party, soon. And she's been, like, really running her Twitter like a fucking, what would you describe it as? Like a machine,
Sweatshop.
like a sweatshop that you are the only person who works in.
PR-friendly sweatshop.
Yeah, basically she's been really active on Twitter trying to like get hype generated, and she's trying to like integrate herself into the anime YouTuber community. So like being able to keep up with current shows is kind of a major part of like being a anime YouTuber, you know? Like for me, I've gotten to the point where I've got the space in my life that I can go write fucking videos about Galaxy Express and Sword of the Stranger back to back. But like, you know, for her, there's like still got to be some of that mainstream appeal to grow, you know. So it's good to know what's going on, at least. Any new album recommendations? Yes, a lot. Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love. That shit, I had not heard it back when it came out, and it is lit. I think you'll like it a lot. It's like psychedelic, and everyone paints it as like a neo soul and R&B album, but like if you just think of it as a psychedelic rock album, it's like the most exciting one that's come out in a long time, you know, that wasn't made by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Like it's fucking it's dope as shit. And then you've got I've been listening to a shitload of Denzel Curry, his album Imperial. I'm like way into fucking what else were we listening to recently? Is there anything I discovered in the last couple days? Oh, Injury Reserve. I finally started listening to Injury Reserve. I kind of had been like, I wasn't really into their first two albums, but they put out an EP at the like some point last year, and that shit is dark and gritty and fucking weird. It's like that album's like somewhere. It's like if Death Grips wasn't like as abrasive, but was like doing something more smooth or something. I don't know. It's a trip. All right. The thought behind ice cream sandwich is cute. Yeah, it is. It's a cute idea, but it's just a bit much, I think. After the whole drink vlog with May, did you end up going with something? No, all those drinks were fucking worthless. That was just an excursion into madness on my part. Like thinking that I was gonna find a drink that way at all, which is probably why I like made it into a video, because I was like, "There's no way I can justify this if there's not a video made out of this." I've noticed that a lot of the stuff you've loved recently is mostly lots of fast, colorful, visual flair stuff. Am I right, or has this always been the case? No, I mean, I've been high all the time and watching tons of like visually explosive films, but like definitely there's a lot of them that I just hadn't seen before that I don't know, maybe I would have loved it just as much if I'd seen it before. You know, I think my tastes and aesthetics have changed a little bit too. So like, you know, I might be more able to recognize the flaws in something I once thought looked good as well. And like, because of that, when something actually looks amazing, it's like kind of mind blowing, you know? I've got a video coming out, I don't know, probably before the end, whenever the VU can get it out. Like he's trying to get another video done before the month's over because he needs the money. But, the Sword of the Stranger video that I'm going to put out is mostly about how, like, this was a movie that I thought looked great. Like, that was what I knew about it. Is like, Sword of the Stranger is a great looking action movie. And then I rewatched it, and, like, aside from the fight scenes, the movie kind of looks like shit. And, even the fight scenes are, like, only the ending of the movie is, like, good at all. So I made a video about that. It's just, like, that slow realization you have when you revisit old stuff, and like now you can see things that you just wouldn't have recognized before because you weren't looking for it. And then otherwise, like, you know, watch Legend of the Overfiend and be like, every color used in this movie is perfect, you know, like I don't know. I really enjoy movies that can just make as many of the images in the film look great as possible. Like, I want every second for me to go, oh, that's cool, and to not have that like concentration broken, you know. And I feel like a really great film is one that's, you know, not gonna ever like slump in that department. Like, you can have something with a great story, and maybe that's enough to make me love it, even if the visuals aren't consistently amazing, as long as the visuals are like, you know, fairly great. Like Gurren Lagann or Kill La Kill, these are shows that have like so much iconic imagery that like even if the animation slips a little bit sometimes, you know, when you've got that amazing imagery it does have backed up by like the best fucking script in anime, then you've got a fucking a perfect show, you know. But I also think there's a lot of value in a show that, even if it doesn't have the best script, can just be solidly entertaining all the way through just by looking so fucking good. And that was how I felt about Urotsuki Doji. Like, that movie just looks incredible, and it made me not want to stop looking at it, you know? So I think I maybe value that even more than I did previously. Have you ever recommended a show to someone and explicitly told them to the watch order, only to have them tell you they blatantly did the exact opposite? Yes, it's real fucking obnoxious, because you're just like, why did I even tell you anything? Why didn't you write it fucking down, you know? HCWS asks, what music does May listen to? Should I just answer for you?
Sure.
Like, I mean, these days, basically just whatever I listen to. Because, like, I'm constantly playing music, and she usually just listens to whatever I'm playing, unless she's on her own, like, doing makeup or something. In which case, like, a lot of, like, 90s alt-rock and, like, 2000s emo and, like, punk rock. Would you say that's
Yeah, that's probably
that's fair? Favorite band, Airborne Toxic Event.
Yeah.
You're real into like stuff like the Killers, and I'm trying to think of another like band that I would ascribe to you. Brand New. Yeah, stuff like that. So like if you want to recommend stuff to May, send her like emo shit. Especially like if it's got more of a punk edge. Punk rock, sad boy. Oh, Weezer, specifically Pinkerton is her favorite album. I don't think you care about any other Weezer albums other than Pinkerton very much, though. So, that stuff. But other than that, literally everything I listen to, because I just play my music all the time and she likes it also. I don't know how the bands that I've showed you compare against your individual favorites. Like, I don't know if I've ever showed you something that you've loved more than your own favorite stuff or anything like that. Like...
Yeah, certainly. But I haven't really stopped to, like, organize...
to compare them or anything, yeah.
You showed me a lot of cool shit, you know.
I know you like Jeff Rosenstock a whole lot. And, Denzel Curry, because I won't stop playing it. And, Little Ugly Mane. Fucking teaching you how to twerk. Stitch says, I feel like I would like some of her stuff, considering the Monster Cat tracks I've been addicted to recently. Granted, I don't really know May's musical aesthetic. I don't even know what Monster Cat is. Do you listen to something called Monster Cat? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, regarding your love when it comes to colorful stuff, what's your opinion on Kizu having almost only one primary color compared to the more colorful entries in the Monogatari franchise? Does it mostly just have one color? Like, is it just like mostly yellow or red? Like, I can't decide which. I mean, there's a lot of blue in the second movie. I'm not sure what you mean. I remember. Or do you mean that like each shot is usually just one color? Because I mean, I think that's very classic, like Shaft. And Shinbo, though not that Shinbo probably directed anything. How is the Makoto Shinkai video done in general? Does it keep making you want to do long form content or not? It's done pretty good. I mean, it's still getting views. It has not died. It's kind of impressive to get 150,000 on a 80-minute video about an anime director that actually uses his name in the title, you know? So I would say it's done about as well as I could really have asked for it to do. And the fact that it's beat Jeff Thu's video, even though he got his out first, just because his was fucking inane and mine was good, like, is real satisfying. It's real satisfying to, like, have someone else, like, churn out the gray mass of YouTube content that we're all sick of about this director, and then for me to come and give you, like, some real shit about this guy, you know? But I do think I could have done better with the video itself, you know? I think the one I did at the start of this month, fucking the great anime director who time forgot, that's one of my, like, tightest fucking scripts and video ideas. I'm definitely, like, the most proud of that video I've probably ever been, just because it's such an original research project, and I think I presented it as perfectly as I possibly could have. And the fact that that one has over 100,000 views is definitely, like, a big deal, especially considering that I couldn't even get, like, a pretty cute anime girl or anything for the thumbnail, you know? I had to pick a fucking person getting burned to death by an atomic explosion from Barefoot Gen to draw attention to that video. But it's good. You should watch Monogatari just release order. IMHO. I think you should always watch everything in release order. Like, if there's ever a question of, like, which one should be watched first, always just do it in release order because, like, that's the way that it was originally experienced and that people, like, generally understand it, you know? So, like, it just makes more sense that way to me. But then I care more about, like, the context of a show than I do the, like, in the actual experience of watching it, you know? Are you still interested in making negative analysis videos, or do you want to focus on positive ones right now? I mean, my Galaxy Express video was arguably a negative video. Just kind of, and my next video is definitely super negative. The next one's just me ragging on Sword of the Stranger for like 13 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely still doing negative analysis videos. I think I don't really have a focus on any particular tone or style right now. It's really more just like, what are the ideas I've got, and how can I make them good, you know, or at least interesting. Is there some merit to watching Haruhi in chronological order? I mean, not in my opinion. The only real merit would be that, like, I guess you I mean, the only real merit is that it's like that's what it was originally in the books. Like, the books are just written chronologically, but they rearranged it in the show because it wouldn't flow right to have it that way. Like, some people insist on watching it chronologically, and those people are fucking stupid and don't understand art. So don't watch it that way. With that opinion on watch order, do you understand why some people like me refuse to watch End of Ava or the rebuilds? No. Why do you refuse to watch End of Ava? I don't understand. If you're saying you want to watch stuff in release order, you just got to watch the show and then End of Ava and then the rebuilds. I'm drinking wine. Is that wine bottle around here?
Yes.
Let me grab that. Let me show them.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me show them how it's done. We got the Yellowtail Pink Moscato. How did we drink so much of this already?
It's only had like 6 glasses.
It's a huge ass bottle, and we've had it for like 3 days. Anyways, that's that. No one's asking me anything right now. I don't know if I did a good job of communicating when this was going to be, because the only warning I ever posted was a week ago in the Livestream discuss board, where I said it's going to be at this time next week. And then I never mentioned it again. So I think a lot of people probably forgot. Because you gotta really hold people by the hand and get them here. Oh. Just that the original Ava has a context very specific. Just release the End of Ava and the rebuilds like that. I mean, they definitely have a context specific to their release. Like, End of Ava has fucking, like, has letters, like, on screen in the movie of, like, the death threats that Hideaki Anno sent him over the ending to Evangelion, you know? Like, End of Ava is a response to the reaction to the TV show in many ways. So, like, I definitely think it's, like, an integral part of that period, you know? Whereas the rebuilds, the context is definitely completely different and, you know, questionably appealing because those movies kind of blow dick, especially the third one. I've run out of questions again. I'm gonna try to think of something else to talk about. Oh boy. Oh, let me show you the picture I drew today. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a Digibro Facebook group that's been inactive for years. And I had May reactivate it, and just like kind of have the videos post there and stuff when they come out. But also, if we do draw for the Digi Daily, then she posts the drawings as comments on the post. We're probably gonna put these on Twitter too, because nobody follows the Facebook group. But we have been releasing what few drawings we've actually done on there. So here's my drawing for today. It's a mind fucking explosion. It's a mind break. Supermassive bong hit, face disappear. As as Blind Skywatcher would say. And then here we've got May's artwork, which is, it is you, right?
Yeah.
You holding a Chikorita. Basically, May is a Pokemon trainer. Looking fucking adorable. So that's what that's our drawings for today. Where am I in the chat? Since you're making that video on Sort of the Stranger, are there any shows you want to rewatch anytime soon? Any of which you're afraid to rewatch? I don't know if there's anything I'm like afraid to rewatch at this point. I've maybe Eureka 7 a little bit. Like, I really don't know what to expect when I go into that show, but like, if anything, I'm eager to rewatch everything. As for what I want to rewatch, just basically anything I have to show May. Like, right now we're watching Gurren Lagann, we're watching Sailor Moon. Like, we've got a lot of fucking irons in the fire. We got a lot of shows on a list of shit that we're trying to like. We're trying to do like a one out, one in. Like, we're not allowed to change the number of shows that are on the list of shows we're watching, but if we finish one, we can add another one. So what did we finish that let us add Sailor Moon? Urotsuki Doji.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's kind of the methodology right now. So we're not allowed to take on any more shows at the moment unless we finish some of the old ones. Some of which are just like movies we literally stopped halfway through. Like, we watched like half of Kill Bill Volume 2 and then May passed out.
I'm sorry.
And also with like 25% of the way into Mad Max Fury Road. So, have you kept up with Berserk? And if yes, what's your opinion on the most recent chapters? I have not. I read it through like volume 31 probably 10 years ago, and I haven't read it since then. So, like, it's real funny that it's moved so slow that I don't feel like there's a shitload of stuff I don't know. You know, like, if there was anything, if I was like not caught up with One Piece for that long, it's like a completely different story. You know, it's not even like the same thing going on. But Berserk, I'm like, oh, they're still trying to like non-mind break Casca, right? Like they've been doing forever. All right, cool. You know, call me when that changes. How's the drawing been going? I just answered that before you even asked it. Should you watch the rebuilds? I don't know. I mean, I remember really liking the first two back when they came out. Demolition D railed on him pretty hard, and he made a lot of good points. And then I watched the third one, and that one was garbage. So I would say hold off until the last one comes out and see what people say then. How do you feel about Sailor Moon? I started watching it lately and I've been loving it. We're only like a little bit into like episode 3 at this point, so we're not very far in. I've already seen these first 3 episodes before. They're a little like incomprehensible because they're just kind of like it's just kind of like getting like a slice of life, getting into the mind, I guess, of Usagi, and that's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's like not easy to get invested in, but it looks really nice. Like, the colors look really good, and we've had lots of deep thoughts and discussion about its place in like shoujo history and like just the history of like this generation of girls. So expect someone to make a video about it at some point. By the way, Stitch said of our drawings that both of us are really fucking good. Completely different, but equally good, he says.
Thank you.
Equally good.
Sorry.
No, that's good for me, because I think you're better than me. How do you think you'll make a video on a lot of the content what was in the old-ass anime cast? Or do you think you'll make a video? Why did I read the word how into that? Maybe? I have no idea. I don't know. I have no plans for that. Videos like the unknown anime director wanted to loop on the third video last year are very research and fact-based, like exploring a web of obscure anime facts, Plans for any more videos like these? More of those are inevitable. I mean, I just love doing that kind of research project. I've definitely had like a bunch of different creators I've kind of been like considering covering. Some of them, it's just like the library's a little bit too big and I want to like chew my way through it slowly. You know, I don't want to like binge watch their shows all at once. Some people I've practically already done that for. So like, you know, I definitely want to do more, but it's just a matter of what strikes my fancy at the time that I decide to make a video. Digi, you are the Shaft to Maze Ghibli. Okay, that's what he says of our art styles.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You get compared to Ghibli over here. Oh hell yeah, May video on Sailor Moon sounds awesome.
Get hype. I have to make
Get
a
hype.
Ginga Nagraboshi Gin video first.
First? Before this?
I promised somebody on Reddit I'd make one.
Like, as your first video?
No, just that I would make one.
Okay.
You know?
Well, we got like, May's channel is like popping off. There's like a page of ideas of shit for that channel. That channel's got 600 subscribers and it's no videos.
Not yet. Give it like...
We did, the first video was made, you guys probably saw the blooper reel. The video is like 13 minutes and it's coming out tomorrow morning. But it's real funny that like, there's literally not even a fucking video on her channel yet. Do you have any intentions to do a lecture at RadCon 3? Yes. I have been planning for a long time to do a lecture on the hottest goss in the universe, which is the story of the biggest problem in the universe and their downfall, Maddox's downward spiral, the fate of the Dick Show, you know. Cover all that good shit, because I know most of it, and it's kind of a fun, interesting story that I think would be able to get people into the show easier. But yeah, that's the only one I've like got a very clear idea of. I also kind of want to do one on the Coheed and Cambria album stories, but like I had to do a lot of research for that, and I might piss a bunch of Coheed and Cambria fans off by hating a bunch of their later albums. But you know, it could be fun. What's your favorite mangaka in terms of art, including flow, shot composition, etc.? Ooh, I don't know. Like, I really like Atsushi Okubo, the guy who does Soul Eater and Fire Force. Like, I love his character designs. I love the flow of his panels. I love his compositions. I think his action scenes are fucking badass. For him, the only flaw is that, like... So, like, I mean, you asked in terms of art, so it might be him, because, like, his only flaw is that his stories are not, like, the most well-written, you know? They're a little on the goofy and childish side, but, like, his artwork is fucking stellar. So, probably Atsushi Okubo? I'll look around. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. You know, if he drew something that was like next level intelligent, it would probably be my favorite thing. Would Hippo do a Homestuck lecture? Maybe. I mean, just go listen to fucking Arm Retrieval, I guess. That's the same thing. Hippo and Mungchi do a lecture on Homestuck. A lecture on Homestuck would take... I mean... The thing about Homestuck is that it's almost like every detail is relevant in a way, because like nothing's really provably irrelevant in Homestuck. So like really the best explanation of it is just to fucking read the whole thing, you know, because like you're never gonna truly get it until you read the whole thing. Please do the Coheed one because I don't understand any of the story. I mean, neither do I. A lot of it, like I know like real fucking vague bits and pieces of it. Up to whatever was available, like, online in 2007, you know? So, like, I'm sure the story has been way more decoded now because they got the comics and the fucking novel and all that shit, but, like, I haven't read any of that yet, so I only know the what was going on before. Did you ever consider Monster as a substitute to do, specifically the Ultra ones? I'm not a fan of Monster. Mods, I can't drink an energy drink as though it's a normal drink. Like, I get way too affected by energy drinks. That shit really fucking, like, gets me going, you know? And, so I usually can't finish one. Okay, I've run out of questions. I'm gonna look around for something to talk about. Not helping. She's not helping. Still using Toru for the smokes. Actually, no, because of, like, fucking today or yesterday. So the Toru bong is a cheap $30 bong that has, I guess, a cheap ass mouthpiece in it as well. And it had gotten really dirty, so I went and cleaned it. And in the process, I realized there are parts of it I just could not clean because, like, the way the thing's built, it doesn't have enough, like, removable parts. And then also, like, the mouthpiece, it just doesn't seem, it seems as though it is not, like, able to have a consistent airflow anymore. Like, stuff gets stuck in it too easily, and or it is melting on the inside or something. So we've got this little fucking bubbler that we've been using instead, because the Toru bong might have to either be retired or just needs a new mouthpiece. But yeah, we're talking about getting another piece at some point in the future, if you know what I'm saying. I've run out of chat. Oh, I should have given people better warning about when this live stream was. When creating a video, do you sometimes have the feeling it's way too short, and how would you fill it up without using what could be considered filler? I don't, like, I think if a video is short, just make it short. I mean, just, like, don't try to pad it out, because it's going to come off, like, you know, I mean, sometimes I might write a video with the intentions of, like, this is going to be, like, a 10-minute video, and then I just kind of, you know, configure my thoughts in a way that makes it that length. I don't usually try to pad out the length, though. I'm usually trying to condense it down. Usually I'm overshooting how long I expect my scripts to be. Like, so, you know, I just kind of let it go however it flows naturally. And if it comes out really short, then you got a really short video. Just make a short video. Short videos are good. Oh no, you're getting unpopular. I don't know, maybe. How busy have you been this past month? Extremely. It's been like, well, so at the beginning of the month, we had been on vacation. We didn't get home till, like, late on the 3rd. And we spent, like, one day, like, just doing household chores. And then the next day it was like, all right, time to get to work. And so we spent a day working. And that was when we got the Devilman idea. And then we spent, like, 3 days, like, really busting ass trying to get the Devilman video, and then also, like, that other shit I released on the main channel all out. And then right after that, we both got massively sick for, like, a straight week, and we were not getting shit done. Then, once we stopped being sick, like, a week and a half ago, we started just, like, busting ass super hard, and now we've got, like, way too much shit going on. Like, both me and May have, like, a ton of projects that we're, like, building on at the same time, you know, some of which are, like, I've got lots of ongoing stuff, like Digi Daily, of course, my podcast, Manga Mondays, and then, like, just, like, all the random ideas that come to mind that I've been publishing, like these weird short vlogs, or, like, just whatever thing, you know, seems interesting. But I've also got tons of, like, barely started big projects that I've had ideas for. So, like, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of work. Tomorrow we're going to be going next to the area of the Philippines where a volcano just erupted a couple of days ago. That sounds fucking sick. Will you get Dark Souls Remastered? I don't know. I have to see what it looks like. Like, if it looks like I want it, and if it's on, like, a console, like it's on PS4 and I can just buy it on there, then probably, yeah. Digi and May do? Oh, I guess you just answered that question. I don't know what you mean. You mean that the Corrupting Your Kids channel is where Digi and May do will be now? Because that's true. They probably won't be called that anymore. I don't know, maybe. You have any recommendations of things I should do while here in the Philippines? I mean, most of what I did there was just go to malls. Like, they got the fucking beautiful big-ass malls. Go to the SM North Mall and the fucking SM Mega Mall and the Mall of Asia. They're all just, like, giant, awesome malls. And they got tons of Japanese toy stores around. So, like, if you go to these malls or you just go wherever, like, you can find lots of places to buy, like, real cheap fucking anime figures. Assuming it's still like how it was when I went there. You know, it's been 7 years, so I don't know how much of everything's the same. But while I was there, I spent a lot of time buying Japanese toys, you know. Oh, Digi Daily, the one today was super uplifting. Don't know if you meant it that way, but thank you regardless. Oh, I'm glad it came off that way. I thought it was pretty great. Hey, did you have a favorite Italian restaurant in Rochester? Currently, Da Vinci's, I would say. Like, there's a few that are great. The one we've gone to the most is what place called Pasta Bella, which is like, it's a little expensive. It's in like the upper teen range of prices, but you know, it's just like real solid Italian food, gigantic fucking portions. And then there's Da Vinci, which is even better, but also even more expensive. It's like in the 20 something dollar range. So we've only been there once, but it was like unbelievably good. It was like fucking definitely, it was like, oh, this is the next level. That was like one of the more expensive meals I've had at that, but it was real good. And then we went to, what was the name of that other place that was really good? The one that was like a chain. It was also higher range. Down in Henrietta.
I don't remember.
The chain place. You don't remember the name of it. Well, there's another one that's like Carrabba's. Is that what it's called? It might be it. Carrabba's was the other one. Chain store that's like higher end. Basically with Italian, it's like what you get is what you pay for. Because where I'm from, down in Virginia Beach, like all the Italian food is like, it's all in like the $10 range and none of it's good. Like I'd never gone to a place where I really thought, oh, I love Italian food. But like eating at the more expensive ones up here, it's like, okay, you just need it to be like high quality for it to be really good. So yeah, those are the places. Aye. The DigiDailies have been great to put on while washing dishes and other chores. That's exactly what I want them for. Like, the reason they are supposed to at least come out at 5 a.m., I've almost, like, never kept it on schedule, but they're supposed to come out that early because of the fact that, like, I used to always wake up and listen to, like, SNES Drunk and The Needle Drop. And so, like, I wanted people to have, like, a 5 a.m. groggy or, like, doing chores, like, getting ready for the day, just throw this on kind of video, you know? And I think it's been working real well as that. Where is that Nerd Bro video you said you did months ago? I've been waiting for that one. Nerd Bro video. Nerd Bro video. Nerd Bro video that I said I did months ago? Nerd Bro. What does that mean?
No.
Well, I'm gonna need more. If you know anything else, let me know. Yeah, everything is still cheap here, so I'll be on the lookout for Japanese stores. Yes, good. Seriously, if you find any sick-ass and good anime manga stores in Boston, please let us know. It'd be hugely helpful for my continued wallet abuse. I mean, just being there the time we were, there's a place called Newberry Comics with 2 locations that has a pretty good manga selection. It's as good as most of any I've ever seen, you know, and there was definitely some stuff there I hadn't even like seen before. So, Newberry Comics, and then there's a store called Anime Zuka, but they don't really have like much shit. It's mostly just like cute Totoro crap, but that place is cool. It's very aesthetic. This guy says Da Vinci's is great. You should check out Fratelli's if you're ever near Livonia. You know what? You know about this? Fratelli's near Livonia?
No.
Write it down.
Fratelli's?
Fratelli's near Livonia. Where the hell's Livonia?
It's one of those towns that are like on the outskirts.
I see.
I don't know exactly.
Are you looking in Boston proper or in the whole greater Boston area? I'm guessing you're asking. I'm guessing you're asking them. Apart from rewatching stuff, I'm finding it hard to get back into anime. Not even sure if I want to. I find the discussion like what you do more interesting than the actual show. Dude, just start watching old anime, dude. Just go watch old shit. Just go watch random old movies, and like it gives you that feeling of discovery of like, oh, I didn't know anime was like this one time, you know? And I think it definitely helps. It's when you called me a nerd bro on Discord and said you talked about people like that and a thing people would hear for months. Oh, that's one of the Digi Dailies. That is going to be a Digi Daily, and it will be one about SNES Drunk. But yeah, that was basically, if you heard me say anything about like any video that wasn't gonna be heard for months, that was Digi Daily. Like, because I was recording those back in November, and I was just being real fucking edgy and secretive about it for ever since. I know you weren't down for them, but I'm really trying to find a place that has figures. Yeah, I wouldn't know yet in Boston, but I'll find out. Really wish Crunchyroll had more old shit. Don't like to have to go on illegal sites. I know. I mean, Crunchyroll does have a lot of good old shit though. Like they've got like all of Lupin. They got Cardcaptor Sakura. They got they got a lot of shit. I'm not gonna sit here and name every old show they got because we're gonna be going down a road there. But they got good shit. But yeah, I fucking go on legal sites every day to find shit. Watch. I've run out of chat again. My bad, Digi. My original question about Boston proper versus greater area was directed at your house/apartment hunt. Oh. I don't know. I don't know how big the area is considered Boston proper. We want to try to live near the trains, possibly. We haven't really looked into housing prices yet. I don't really know what my range is yet. I don't know, like, what we're willing to... We have not done anything. We've done no research. So, like, we'll find out when we get there. I've been watching Cardcaptor Sakura recently. It's actually fucking dope. I agree. We got to get caught up on it because there's a new one now. And we're 3 episodes into the old one, so it's a lot to go. Is there any reason you still stream shows even illegally when you could just torrent? Like after getting a client and finding, yeah, I haven't watched a show stream at all. Couple of reasons. One, my internet connection's not so godly that it would take less than, 5-10 minutes to download something. I don't want to wait. I watch way too much shit, and I hate having to move files around on my computer. Because, like, my computer doesn't have an insane amount of space, and I watch an insane amount of anime. So, like, I'd have to constantly be managing fucking files. And I just don't feel like it. I'd rather just fucking, if I want to watch something, just type watch the name of the show and then watch it immediately. Like, I don't care enough about the quality of the video even to fucking look harder than that, you know? Why'd you kill Anime Strike for? You deserve to die. Sakura's goat. Hell yeah, boy! Fully agreed. I finished my wine to that statement, good sir. Oh, I just get a hard drive for my shows and let them pull from the torrent while I'm doing other things. Yeah, I mean, the way I usually watch shows is in like a burst of inspiration. Like, it's very much like I go, oh my god, we should watch this. And then it just like, it has to be on in the next 5 minutes or I'm going to like freak out and go insane. What's your favorite show so far from this season? Oh, that's a good question. What was the best show so far that we've seen?
Pop Team Epic, probably.
Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic. The Place Further in the Universe is alright. Mitsubishi Colors is alright. Takunomi's alright. Michiri Neko's alright. Pop Team Epic's definitely the best one that I've seen so far. But we haven't seen everything. Still fucking catching up. Oh yeah, besides Crybaby, which is also pretty fucking. If you count that as winter anime, then for faux show on the list of the best around. Yeah. Do you have any suspicions on why Franks is getting so much attention aside from the Trigger name hype? I don't know. It's weird. Like the Trigger / A1 hype seems to be really in the air, but I don't know how much that contributes to the show's success. I mean, it just kind of looks like a show that would succeed. Like, it looks like an A1 Pictures show, you know? It looks like a show that is just based around, like, semi-attractive character designs, but, like, just kind of not that overdone. It's like something... oh, God, how do I even describe it? It definitely just feels like a fucking show for, like, 13-year-olds, like, in a big way to me, you know? But that's just me. Gun says it's actually Clear Card. So is Clear Card good? I've not looked into anything about if it's good at all. Do you have any I've been in love with Love is Like After the Rain. It's become one of my outright favorite romance shows. Yeah, that show we're watching as well. I think that's the Omega whatever. Or whatever the fuck it was called. That one's that's definitely one of the ones that we're still watching. I haven't seen enough of it to like be that in love with it. I thought the first episode was pretty good though. Thanks to your show, I've loved watching A Place Further in the Universe this season, and I probably would have never watched it without your show. Well, that's good. I would watch everything, of course, regardless, but it's nice to have people along for the ride. I really love doing that Corrupting Your Kids show just because there's so much stuff that I have to say about, like, why I dropped a show that I think people would not get. Like, I can just, if I do, you know, just a finish or fail, then I'm like, oh, this show was ugly and dumb. And people will look at me and go like, what do you mean it's ugly and dumb? Like, what's ugly and dumb about it? And so, like, this way I really have the chance to nitpick in real time and just be like, here's what's bothering me right now. Here's why I'm teetering on the edge of stopping this episode, because I can describe it to you, you know, as it's happening. But, Clear Card is good. It still keeps the spirit of CCS alive. The only nitpick is that it trades the gorgeous, rustic, and warm aesthetic for something more glossy and shiny. Ain't that true about all them goddamn reboots, though? Like, I don't know why. Because I don't think it makes the shows look better, you know? Like, are you trying to impress us by making it literally, it's shiny and new? Like, we don't like the old one because it was shiny and new. And being shiny and new doesn't make something better, you know? But, whatever. Corrupting Your Kids has definitely been fun so far. Do you guys have any plans for other series on the channel? Hell yeah, we do. Right now we're working on... Should I talk about what video we're actually making? Are we at risk of that not happening if I talk about it?
No, we're gonna finish that.
Okay, so we're like halfway through making the bringing back Digi-Anme's Ota Cave Expedition, but with significant changes to the formula to make it just better. And we got a lot of plans for like ideas for shows that we haven't really tested yet, you know. We've got some that I'm really excited about, but I don't know if they will actually work. So, but we're definitely bringing back the Ota Cave Expedition soon. It's gonna be more like it's gonna more resemble Best of the Worst, not like thematically, like we're not watching bad movies, but like the editing style will be a little bit closer to that. Of all the shows you've dropped so far this season, which one were you the most upset about? Either because you thought it was going to be good, or you could see how it could have been good. Oh boy, what was I the most upset about? Let me look at the list. Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden was fucking boring. It was boring, and I didn't even think it really looked good. Like, I really felt like it was... The way they did, like, the constant, like, rack focus on the camera, like, the main character's, like, always in focus, and the background's always out of focus, was really bizarre. Like, they went too far with it, and, it doesn't even look good. And I just think Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was fucking boring. I didn't care about it at all. Stitch asks, is May's channel going to be like yours with just dropped analysis, or is she going to have shows? Just dropped analysis?
I'm gonna have a whole bunch of shit.
May's gonna have a huge variety of styles. She's not just gonna be a one-trick pony. The first videos you're gonna get are gonna be some vlogs. Then you're gonna get some analysis videos. Then you're gonna get some party in your pantsuit. So, you know, you don't know what you're gonna get on that channel. Blah, 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 blah. There's 9 of us, lol. I feel the same way about the Shadow of the Colossus remakes. It just looks like every other realistic game now and doesn't have the great aesthetic as the original game. I did not. Are they remaking that now? That's dumb. Is that a thing? Guess what, guys? I just finished my motherfucking next album.
Hell yeah.
It's really a double EP. I made a double EP. It's coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Assuming I can get it done tonight. Oh, yeah. It's the Manic High, Manic Low double EP set that was supposed to come out at the start of the month. And I couldn't record the vocals for it because I was sick for so fucking long. Like, most of it was, like, almost entirely written before the year was over. There was, like, 2 songs that had no vocal tracks on them. One of them was written and one wasn't. And it's, like, I needed to do that before I could release the album. And then I got sick. So, it's finally done. And I'm going to release it tomorrow because I got to work on the presentation of it. But, it's going to be sick. It's going to be fucking sick. Random question. What specific plugins do you use for your voice when making your noise rap songs? I've gotten into producing lately. I use literally different shit in every song. Like, I use a lot of either, like, Sound Goodizer, because it's just a good shortcut. I use reverb. I use the fast distortion that Fruity Loops has. I use the hardcore function, which hardcore just basically is like a list of like almost probably like 50 or so effects pedals that are meant for guitars, but I put them on my voice all the time. So if you want effects like how I sound in the song Shallow, for instance, that's all like hardcore. And if you want like the sound in, well on this new album's gonna use all of it, like every fucking trick I fucking have. So get ready for that. Do you intend to see the new Pacific Rim, given its heritage of giant robot shows and Eva in particular? Pacific Rim is not influenced by Evangelion. In fact, director Guillermo del Toro had not seen Eva until after making the film. However, I've got a podcast about that from way back in 2013 when that movie came out, where me and my cousin Boyd talked about the film's influences, what we think they really are, and the ways that people have mistaken the influences of that movie by just not knowing enough about like the stuff that influenced Ava, you know, and older robot shows. So check out that podcast about Pacific. Just like type Digibro Pacific Rim and you'll probably get it. But it's like an hour long or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I might see the new one if it looks good, if it gets good reviews. What will I release it on? The album? I'm going to have it on Bandcamp and YouTube for sure. So, any progress on Digi merch? No. I've been putting that on the back burner because I've been working on too much other shit. So, I need to get to that. I need to get to work on it. Need to make my human content machine and anime as a Japanese colloquialism shirts. I might also. I'm planning to launch a new catchphrase in the near future. One that May actually came up with, but I'm gonna be promoting it, and we're gonna monetize this catchphrase in some way, I'm sure. But it's gonna be respect the greats. Respect the greats. Because that's gonna be my modus operandi in the near future. I'm gonna see if make sure nobody else is using respect the greats. I'm gonna make sure this isn't like a fucking popular catchphrase. No, it's not. Okay, respect the greats. Respect the fucking greats. Say it like 80 times. You're all gonna start saying, look, anytime you see, you're like watching an Endless Jest video and he brings out like some insane tongue twister and you're like, respect the fucking greats. That's what it's used for. But I'm going to make up video series called Respect the Greats. It's going to go on all of my channels. And it's just going to be me fucking ranting about how everyone needs to respect the fucking greats! Usually the point of it's going to be to talk about under-recognized people who I think are like among the greatest artists around right now. Like Endless Jess or Lil Ugly Mane or Emp Lemon or Shintaro Kago. Or who else would be in the greats? Who's a great?
Miyazaki.
Hayao Miyazaki, definitely one of the greats. Respect the fuck. That would have if I made him respect the greats for him, it'd have to be like a long, involved piece, like an analysis video. Anyway, is life nothing but work? No. Life is work. Eat, fuck, sleep. Gotta get into that rhythm. Gotta get into that good rhythm. I need to purchase Hardcore. The demo seemed awesome. Also, I made the stupid meme song from your Pressing Zero video last week. Check it out. Oh, shit. The name of the song is Press Fucking Zero. Okay. Let's go listen to that right now. Let's go track down this song. Press fucking zero, Digiho. Oh shit. What you fucking do when the internet go out? What you fucking do when the internet go out? What you fucking do when the internet go out? What you fucking do when the internet go out? I don't know what to do. I might have to rap on this. I like this a lot. I really like it. I've been trying to... Okay, the other day... For the past few days, actually, I've been trying to find, like, a real hard trap beat that has, like, an atmospheric feel to it that I could just, like, go, like, wild on, with a song that goes, like, what do you do when the internet goes out? But, like, I did not perform it just now the way it's meant to be. But it should be, like, what you fucking gonna do when the internet goes out? Something like that. I can't remember how I originally did it. Because I remember the original had like stutter phrases. Like with it, when the internet goes out, like that. It was supposed to sound like that, but I don't know what the first part sounded like. Like, what you gonna do when the internet goes out? No, that can't be right. I don't remember how it's supposed to sound. Do you have something you use to download songs from SoundCloud, Digi? Yeah, I just fucking type SoundCloud downloader into Google and then use whichever one works. Is there a way I can get the footage of Plebe and the Weebs Let's Watch? There's not unless you were part of the Kickstarter, but I'm going to try to find a way to release those. Plebe and the Weeb Season 1's almost over, and when it's over, I'm going to have to enter the fresh hell of figuring out how the fuck I'm supposed to make like 100 Blu-rays and ship them out. So that'll be when I'm gonna start finally trying to figure out how to release that bonus footage in like any other way than that. I made it like an hour and it sucks. LOL. Into what? What was I talking about? What was I talking about when this man said he made an hour into something? We are seeing Inspired Digi happening live. This is sick. Yeah. Where's my new PCP episode?
Right.
Well, there was some kind of error with it where Hippo's audio was not all there or something, and they had to redo it. I'm not in it, so I don't even know what it's about. Do you know what it's about? Does it up long enough for you to see?
No, I didn't see it.
I could edit out the samples of your voice if you want me to. Just let me know and I'll send you the WAV. I'll give it another listen and see if I want to use it. And if I think I need it without that, then I'll let you know. If you're down to have me fucking spit on this shit, but this is pretty fucking. I definitely like it a lot. I like this vibe a whole lot, and it's definitely what I've been on, you know? It's a real dank sound. It's a real deep, dank, dark, dismal sound that I like. What's your favorite sample? Do you mean like a rap sample? Oh, God. Okay, well, I can tell you my favorite of this year, because I definitely have a choice for that. Let me track it down right here. It's from the song Smile by Jay-Z, which goes like this. Not this sample, but this one. Yeah, that's like my beat of the year this year, I think. Not going to play any more than that because don't want the video to get taken off of the YouTubes. I'm also quite fond of... where you at? Oh, shit. I don't have fucking good... I don't have Section 80. The one from fucking... the song Hold Up by Kendrick Lamar. The... Guns talking about JPEG Mafia. I did listen to that, and I did think it was pretty fucking sick. I definitely need to give it another listen, because I only kind of had heard it once, and mostly kind of in the background. But I am definitely down to check that one out again, because it seemed really interesting. Have you considered trying some seriously warped vocals anytime soon? Yeah. Oh, yeah. When this album comes out, you're going to be like, the fuck did you do to this thing on certain songs? How distracted do you get when you try to work? Really depends on what I'm working on and like how into it I am. I mean, if I'm just writing a script and I'm just like busting the whole thing out at once, I usually don't get distracted at all. I just write the whole thing in one go. If it's something where I'm like forcing myself to do it, like editing, I might get distracted real easily. So it just depends on why I'm doing it, basically. Will you listen to the YMS album if it comes out this year? Yeah, I'd give his album a shake. I remember his fucking songs, you know. And burn it to the ground into reality, and I'll deal with my friends. Do you like me now? You know, I know the YMS song. Phone Jumpin' by Dave East also has a sick ass sample. Don't know it. Never heard it. Shinbo's directing Fate Extra. Any thoughts on that? Is he directing Fate Extra, or is he just like listed on Fate Extra? I haven't seen that show yet, so I don't know what it feels like or anything. Particularly like the vocals from Bishu's Eyes Wide Open. Never heard of it. Do you have a favorite Milo song? Probably Post Hoc Ergo Propter Hoc has probably my favorite beat. And the Gus Haynes Cribbage League has probably my favorite vocals. But I don't really listen to Milo that much anymore. Haven't really resonated with his new album or anything like that. So, you know. I apologize for staging this live stream at a bad time, it seems. Since there's only 10 viewers. And no one's asking me anything anymore because It's been an hour, and 10 people cannot be an endless energy of resources for questions. Perhaps if I had planned something ahead of time that I could add to this, aside from doing Q&A as usual, as Wada had suggested I do, I would have more ideas. But I didn't come up with anything like that because I've been too busy. I still have yet to watch a Shinbo show. Oh boy, start with... Oh god, what do you start with? Oh boy. Okay, if you want to see Shinbo make a really fun comedy show, go watch Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. If you want to watch a cute girls show, go watch Hidamari Sketch. And if you gotta go watch just like some artistic dude going fucking totally off the deep end with his style, go watch Petite Cosette and the Soul Taker. And then from there, you will know whether or not you want to watch more Shinbo shows. What's your favorite legal streaming site? Probably Crunchyroll. It's the one I use the most of, for sure. I mean, unless you count YouTube. So, like, I don't understand why all the anime companies haven't just released their shit on YouTube when it's the biggest fucking platform. There's got to be some way to make that viable, because, like, you'll definitely hit a bigger audience, you know? Sunday nights might not be perfect. I mean, it might not be. I think I just didn't put enough word out, because I literally only announced this on the Discord a week ago, and I probably should have, like, announced it on the Patreon page or something. But, you know, life is short. Did you have any thoughts on Shiki? I found a box set by happenstance and bought it on impulse without knowing anything about it. It's great. It's a good show. I've written about it. I wrote about it back in like 2010 when it came out. So if you go to my blog, you can find me writing about it. Do you have a favorite new anime YouTuber? A lot of the new guys are either surprisingly good or fucking terrible. My favorite new YouTuber is Pantsu Party. I helped make her video, and I really like it.
It has nothing to do with the anime.
He didn't say anime. Oh, he did. Oh, he did say anime YouTuber. Oh, still Pantsu Party, because she's talked about analytical ideas with me that are more interesting than what I've heard other people talk about.
Oh boy.
So, who else is a new anime YouTuber? I guess that guy who I reblogged yesterday.
That's pretty good.
The Cat Research, whatever the fuck he was.
Cat Research Society.
No, it was something Cat, or Cat something. Cat fucking dude.
Cat Girl Research, right?
Cat Girl Research Society, is that it? That's a real stupid name. But he's alright. I guess. I've watched like 2 videos, but I subscribed. So,
Yeah.
mostly though, Pantsu Party. You didn't mention Fooly Cooly at all when you talk about your 3x3. Is it a 9 out of 10 to you now? I don't know. I haven't seen Fooly Cooly since 2011, and I refuse to make a judgment until I've seen it again. But it is, I have seen it like 15 times, so I'm sure I'd give it at least a 9. Okay. We're coming up on 80 minutes here. Y'all are slowing down. I'm slowing down. I don't want to drag this out all night if there ain't no questions, you know what I'm saying? Leave y'all to your fucking days. I got shit to do. Like, catch up on fucking corrupting your kids' videos and other Digibro content. Just rewatched Fully Coolly after giving it a 6 out of 10 on my first watch, and it jumped up to a 9 out of 10. I'm glad you came back to make sure. No pressure, Digi. Good night. Thank you, Gunts. I will definitely try to consider ways to make these more interesting in the future, because Wada was suggesting doing some kind of bits in this, and I think I might add that to it just in case they continue to be like small like this. Though again, I think the warning didn't help. But hey, hope you all enjoyed being here, And I'll see you fucking next month, along with all the other shit that all the other fucking bonus content I need to make in the near future. Might add some random topic to talk about. Yeah, maybe I'll add in a top. Well, I don't know about a topic because that'd just be like a regular video. But like, if there's something that's unique to the live format, I might add it. You know. All right. Good night, everybody. Have fun.